This is Kyrie FM, the genuine sound of Dominica. We want to say good afternoon and welcome to those of you listening and watching. We welcome you to the 2025 National Parade of Uniformed Groups here at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. We now take you over to our commentators, Inspector David Andrew and his dear daughter, Dr. Rachel Andrew. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and take it away. Thanks again to our sponsors, Jay's Limited and Standards Restaurant.
And good afternoon, Dominica. A pleasure to be back on your radio for another National Day Parade. Of course, it is 47 years of independence. It's always a pleasure being with you, to do it with you, and take you to the park if you're not able to go there yourself. As Steve said, I'm Rachel Andrew, and I'm here. It has become a tradition to be here with my dad so that we can bring you together everything as it happens.
My name is David Andrew, joining my daughter, Dr. Rachel Andrew, as we are happy to bring you the outside broadcast on our 47th year of independence. I remember being here in 1978 as a recruit from Barbados for that grand transition from colonial linkage to our own independence. And this afternoon we expected to have a special show. We have some history today where we have on parade a complete women's platoon and we have a complete platoon in BDU or battle dress uniform. That's what we call the SSU, the Special Service Unit. And we are expecting the arrival of some dignitaries, and of course you will hear the fanfare for their arrival, and necessary actions will be taken by the troops, by the parade commander. Let me just tell you who the parade commander is at this stage. The parade commander is Assistant Commissioner of Police, Alan Maxime, and his second in command is Superintendent Delvin John Lewis, and the parade adjutant is Assistant Superintendent Lyndon Timothy, and the parade sergeant and drill instructor is Sergeant Sherwin Mitchell. All my students who have trained over the years.
Of course, you must be very proud.
Yes, I
them.
can see they're all making astronomical strides and going for the rank and demonstrating they have learned quite a bit, and they're able to demonstrate some of the information they have gathered while at the police training school.
Of course, you're listening to Kyrie FM, your independence radio station, celebrating 31 years of broadcasting. We are here live at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium to bring you live coverage of the National Day Parade for 2025. On Kyrie FM Dominica, of course, you can also listen on Variety Radio in Antigua and Flow TV channel 119 in St. Lucia, and live on Flow TV channel 953 in Dominica, and of course on our Facebook page. So many opportunities to view and to participate with us as it goes on live at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium.
And while we are just going through some of the items, I just want to remember a number of persons who are locked into the genuine sound of Dominica Kyrie FM. We have in the diaspora personnel, we have Clem Prosper out there in Boston. Stay locked in to that genuine sound. And we have Renee, we have Simpson Luge, stay locked in. We have Derek Bethel here in Dominica in the East Lap Lane, he is locked in. And we have Sylvanie and Paulette Prosper. We trust that you're having a happy independence. Stay locked in to the genuine sound of Dominica Kyrie FM. We have some of the What is Lane Development Committee all locked in, Hector and Lucille and some others up there in What is Lane, listening to the genuine sound of Dominica.
Of course, we're standing by. In just about 2 minutes will be the arrival of the Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, and that will be followed by the General Salute. And of course, at 5 p.m. sharp will be the arrival of Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
And just about now, I can hear in the distance a siren, so most likely the Prime Minister is approaching.
That is correct. And of course, the park is filling up quickly. People are, trickling in as they usually do.
Mhm.
It's not too hot. The sun is already going down, so the atmosphere is just right for a wonderful parade.
Yes, we have on parade 4 platoons of the police department. We've got one of the fire and ambulance service, and we have one from the Dominica Cadet Corps. And we have the green camouflage being worn by the 4th platoon of the police, and the fire is in white and black as the police, and immaculate and circumspect green we have the cadets, really glowing there with yellow trimmings and yellow and maroon belt. They look pretty outstanding there among the rest.
Definitely. Of course, just to let you know, you're listening to Kyrie FM, and this is your Independence radio station, bringing you live coverage of the National Day Parade for this year, 2025. And we just want to say thanks to our sponsors, Jay's Limited, and of course, Standards Restaurant in Citroneer. So thanks again to our sponsors. They're making this possible for you at home. Think we can hear
The siren
drawing near.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And
The
already
parade commander have called the troops to attention. He will bring them to the shoulder arms and to provide the general salute. Prime Minister has arrived, and the Chief of Police is in near proximity to the vehicle. He alights the vehicle at this stage, and we can hear the fanfare. He is escorted by the Deputy Chief of Police, Geoffrey James, and
of course, in presence of his wife and children, both present. And they looked quite lovely, making their way forward towards the sitting area.
And of course, the mother is playing a dual role, the wife of the Prime Minister, but she's also a Minister of Government, isn't that so?
Oh, yes, that is right. And the kids are growing up so fast.
Yes,
They look lovely.
very rapidly, yes.
And so they have made their way to, well, he is now at the dais.
That's right.
And the
Family must go and take the appropriate seats.
and the general salute is about to begin.
Fanfare is being played as the general salute is taken, and everyone on the platform is at a position of attention, recognizing the salute and the compliments, of course, paid to the Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister has exited the dais and has quickly made his way up the staircase and is
Onto the
now
platform.
taking his seat.
Once that is done, the troops have been brought back to the standards position, and they will await the arrival of His Excellency.
Or Her Excellency, rather.
Her Excellency, correct. Yes.
Yes, Her
She's
Excellency
our rival.
Sylvanie Burton and Mr. Burton, ladies representing.
Yes, seem to be demarcating the strength and equity that they possess in relation to the men. Is it that men are starting to abdicate the function and responsibility, so the ladies have to take over?
Uh, well, let's talk about that some other time. So right about now, we're quickly moving on to. It's 1 minute to the arrival. 1 minute to the arrival of Her Excellency.
It wouldn't be a problem, so I better.
Just in case you're just joining us, you're listening to Kyrie FM. Kyrie FM is your independence radio station celebrating 31 years of broadcasting. We are coming at you live at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium to bring you the live coverage of the National Day Parade 2025. Of course, you're listening to us on Kyrie FM 93.1, 107.9, also Variety Radio in Antigua and Flow TV channel 119 in St. Lucia, as well as live on Flow TV channel 953 in Dominica and on Facebook.
Yes, we just see the arrival of Her Excellency, the President, the yes, Mrs. Burton and Mr. Burton. They've just arrived, and the platoon commander have called the troops to attention, and they brought them to the shoulder arms so that the salute can be executed effectively and efficiently. And there is a fanfare as he walks towards the saluting base or the dais.
Uh, Her- Her Excellency, the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, is making her way towards the dais at this time, accompanied by her husband, Mr. Burton, accompanied by the ADC. And she has just arrived at the dais.
Yes, ADC is ASP Powell.
Her husband is making his way up the staircase to his seat.
And here we have the presidential salute. And the national anthem is at this time being played. Everyone should be at the position of attention or in a standstill position to recognize the national anthem as it's being played or sung. All troops are at the present arms, the highest level of salute in the military practice. Parade commander gives the shoulder arm, brings them to the order position. and he will now come and report to Her Excellency the President. And in his reporting, he salutes prior to that. He just asked Her Excellency to inspect the troops. She now alights and move from the dais, and the government band playing some appropriate music. Once she gets to inspection of the band, the music is expected to cease or pause until she completes her inspection of the band. She moves from the band, and then she will move on to the troops. She is at the band now, and therefore this music is to cease and has ceased. She goes for the ranks, and she's in entourage with the chief of police and the ADC and the parade commander. She does the front rank first and then moves on to the second rank, then the third rank, and she moves to the police platoon, platoon number 1, and she will go all the way to for the 4th platoon of the police, and then go on to the fire and ambulance, and then to the cadet platoon. She just completed the band inspection, and she's now going to inspect the troops, starting with the police platoon number 1.
Of course, during the inspection of the band, they are totally silent, and the music resumes once the inspection of the bands have been completed. So she can, she's now completing the first platoon of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, and quickly on to the second platoon. She's moving across quite quickly. She has met the color party.
That's right.
And moving past the color party to the cadets.
No, the cadets, the police, the 4th platoon of the police. That's the BDU uniform, the battle uniform, and she's completed, and she's gone straight to the fire and ambulance.
And now she's at the cadets. She has moved across quickly. The front
rank is
complete, and she's on to the
rear rank.
Rear rank. She first moved from southern to northern direction, and now moving from a northern to southern direction on the posterior rank. She has already moved past the cadets, the fire officers, and
police 4th platoon.
The 4th platoon of the police.
The color party. Now she is onto the third platoon of the police, then the second, and then she will end with the first platoon where she began.
Moving along quite swiftly within the platoons. Of course, you're listening to live coverage of the National Day Parade. We're live at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium in Roseau in the Commonwealth of Dominica. We're celebrating 47 years of independence, 47 years of progress and purpose.
Right at this time, once she's completed, she go back to the saluting base or the dais, and the parade commander is going to come back to her to pay compliments, and once all is complete, she will assume her seat on the platform, and then the program continues from there.
She's again quickly approaching the dais.
Yes, where she will take her final salute.
And there she is in position again at the dais.
And the Assistant Commissioner, Maxime, is reporting again and seeking permission to continue. That is completed, and she now alights the saluting base of the dais. Parade commander is going back to the troops.
And Her Excellency is joining Mr. Burton in position on the platform.
Seems they have to do some, I'm not sure if they're doing band trooping today. I didn't see it on the program. But they must troop, and when you have the trooping, it signals the official commencement of the military part of the ceremony. And the government band seem to have done that. They are trooping and march off. I'm not too sure. We'll give you that as it happens. And the government band have been around for an extended period. I remember perhaps almost a decade ago they celebrated 60 years in existence, so they're much older now.
That means they are even older than Dominica.
Very much so, very much so, yes.
Beyond, they existed beyond our independence.
That's correct, very much so. And they've kept the fire burning, and they have been, you can define them as being resilient, standing the test of time?
Definitely, definitely. A word, of course, that is very...
overused, would you say so?
Or maybe embedded within
our usage now.
Yes,
okay.
And representative of who we are and have become after many of our struggles.
Yes, so I would describe it as being superfluous in usage. Yes.
The government band.
And they are in slow time. They are now marching at the rate of 65 paces to the minute. Very often people refer to it as dead march, but it is slow march actually. While in quick time you march at 116 paces to the minute, in slow time you march at 65 paces to the minute.
And they're moving northward across the field slowly.
And you know, it is a special skill you have to adopt. You are playing the music, you have to be stepping, and you have to pay attention to your score sheets as well while you're marching.
Well, they have definitely had many years to practice.
Very much so. If you look at the blowers, the trumpeters, you will see they have the score sheets right in front of them. So they have to pay attention so that they all can play the same notes with the same duration. That's what helps the people marching to also keep their paces. They're marching, they're playing, they're at 116 paces to the minute in marching time.
And also creating a formation at the same time. So it requires quite a bit of coordination.
And what they're doing there now, they are doing a counter march. So essentially what they have just done, it seems to suggest they have done what they call trooping, the band trooping. We have trooping of the colors that does the same thing, but now we have the band itself doing the trooping. They do it in slow time and then they will go into quick time.
Okay, and how does it differ with the colors?
Except that they're playing instruments, the colors will be marching and doing what they've done, but they would be providing the music for the colors.
Got it.
And it's not just the colors here that is referred to. And this term is normally used for large parade where you have every contingent on parade having their own colors. They have a representative forming a platoon actually with all the different colors. And the band have just
come to a stop.
Yes. And drum major is giving the command.
And they're about to move to quick time. Okay, something I always love to see them do, move from slow to fast.
Yes.
Quick time. Oh my.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yes. He at display there in getting to his position. That was all a display. Yes, he went that way and then racing back, and here he's doing it again in another way. A fantastic display there by the band, and here he goes. Wow!
Oh my goodness!
Yes, that is phenomenal. I must say, I haven't seen one like that before, and that of course
ended in a split.
That's right.
No, this is Dion, who has become known for these displays at National Day Parade. It never ceases to amaze us.
Oh yes, always got one up his sleeve.
I think he has outdone himself again this year.
Fantastically fantastic. He went beyond the scope. He defied and defy every strata of marching discipline.
And I think he was a crowd pleaser as well.
But
we heard the crowd definitely enjoyed that.
A superb, spectacular performance by him. All he did not do was to make the mace attempt to fall and catch it.
But who knows what he has off his sleeve for today? You never know. Okay.
A very good presentation to enthuse and enhance the interest of the spectators.
Definitely a very good start.
They are now anticipating what to look for.
Definitely a good start.
Yes.
And definitely more to come as the parade continues this afternoon. So you're listening to live coverage of the National Day Parade for this year 2025. We're at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium and we're celebrating 47 years of independence, celebrating 47 years of progress and purpose.
Yes, 4 decades as a child is a long time. Yes, for those centenarians, when you're 47, you're close to the half mark. So we can say Dominica have a lot to go.
Oh, definitely, definitely. We've come a long way.
A long way.
and there's
We're still very
so
much
far to go.
developing.
Definitely.
And the government band is retiring the back of the platoon or the troops to take his position and seem to have another piece of activity at the front, like he was in the band as if preparing for carnival activity. Wow, that is phenomenal. It is fantastically fantastic. We can record it, put it in a plastic and tie it with some elastic. My gracious.
He definitely enjoys himself. That's
Yes,
for sure. He gets
yes.
all into it with an energy
Yes,
that it's
yes.
definitely contagious.
Very much so.
So we have seen a match pass by the Dominica, the music lovers, and they did the slow time and quick time
Well, it's
match.
really a trooping as distinct from the
trooping,
ma-
which
as
is the
dis-
correct term. And
Yes.
they have now made their way to the posterior region of the assembly. And
And the cadet band is supposed to troop as well. Here they go. That's right. The cadet band is now trooping, signaling all together the official commencement of the military part of this ceremony today, as we observe 47 years of independence in the Commonwealth of Dominica, having attained the independence from Britain in 1978. And this here, we have some equity in the ladies, and they are playing their part.
okay, the leader here.
And the cadet band, I'm quite pleased with, of course. I haven't made my decision to demit office as commandant and pass on to Joseph Raymond, and his deputy is Leon, Lieutenant Colonel Leon, and Joseph Raymond is Colonel. A good combination. I have every satisfaction for in the way they have actually continued from where I left off.
And they're looking quite sharp on the field, moving north. The platoon leader is putting on some moves.
That's right. Yes, she seemed to have mastered the art of using the mace effectively in a military and ceremonial way as well.
They're taking their position as they move west. And she's also...
And I think what they have done is they have brought the military discipline into a cultural situation, reflecting our culture at Carnival and even at World Creole Festival. It seemed to be a mix
blend,
here.
a blend,
That's right.
A contemporary performance as it relates to not just your ordinary matching that you were used to. Definitely not. They're also taking their position near the music lovers.
That's right.
In a westward
And once
position.
they have settled in position, the other part of the ceremony is going to continue. But both bands have given us something to anticipate.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure.
If they're going to be part of the display, we can look for something very, very, very satisfying.
I think it's something that we have grown to look forward to
Very much
every
so.
year, just to see what are they going to do next.
That's right. Well, I'm happy that the parade drill instructor Sergeant Sherwin Mitchell. Um, every year, he seemed to be one who have taken or walk into my shoes as drill instructor. And every year you have to design and create something that either matches the year of celebration or to reflect cultural activity within the country.
Do you think that is something difficult or it comes naturally?
Over time, it becomes naturally because you already have the basic drills in your mind, and everything you're going to do you must utilize the drill movements. So you design it in your head, and then you put it into marching on the ground. Yes, and repetition, they say, aids retention.
Definitely.
So the rehearsal and the rehearsal and the rehearsal, it becomes second nature. And they have a fantastic halt here. And of course, the spectators are going wild with round of applause.
The parade commander is giving a
The
command.
order arm.
The order.
And now we brought them at ease and brought them to the stand easy. That means they're going to be there for an extended period while all the action on stage is going on. Guess we're going to go in prayer now.
President of Dominica and Mr. Burton, Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica and Mrs. Skerritt, Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly and Mrs. Isaac, Your Ladyship, Justice Zaneb Jawaya Alami, High Court Judge, Your Ladyship, Justice Sejela McDowell, Resident Judge, Your Excellency, Charles Savre, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica and Mrs. Savre, Your Excellency, Eliud Williams, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Honorable Members of Parliament and spouses, Your Excellencies, the members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, and other visiting dignitaries and spouses, Your Worship Sandra Ermin Roye, Mayor of Roseau, Mrs. Carrie Brady Prince, Mayor of Portsmouth, permanent secretaries and spouses, His Lordship the Most Reverend Kendrick John Forbes, Bishop of the Diocese of Roseau, distinguished guests, visiting Dominicans, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, good afternoon and happy independence to all. On behalf of the government of Dominica, I am truly honored to welcome you once again to the National Day Rally of the 2025 Independence season as we celebrate our 47th year of independence. Celebrated under the fitting theme, 47 years of progress and purpose, this independence season has been nothing short of spectacular. Our world-renowned World Creole Music Festival, National Youth Rally, T Village Creole, Cultural Gala, District Cultural Festivals, and pageants have brought thousands of visitors to our shores, and they have united our communities in celebration of our rich culture, our vibrant music, delicious cuisine, breathtaking natural beauty, and above all, the warmth of our people. We also recognize and appreciate the many Dominicans and friends of Dominica around the world who join in celebration, hosting independence events in cities across the globe, and keeping the Dominican spirit alive wherever you are. Today, as you feel the Windsor Park Sports Stadium, and as many others join us virtually from near and far, we come together to reflect on our journey, celebrate our progress, and honor the outstanding Dominicans who contribute to our national development and identity. As we mark 47 years of progress and purpose, let us continue to not only celebrate how far we have come, but also the strength and spirit that continues to define us as a people. May this Independence Day remind us all to keep building a Dominica that reflects the best of who we are, resilient, proud, and full of promise. Once again, welcome to the National Day Observance Ceremony 2025 as the celebrations continue. And as we commence today's program, let us begin in the best possible way by turning our hearts and minds to the Almighty. Please stand as we invite His Lordship Bishop, the Most Reverend Kendrick John Forbes, to lead us in a prayer for the nation.
A reading from the book of the prophet Micah. With what shall I come before the Lord, and bow before God Most High? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves a year old? Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams, with myriad streams of oil? You have been told, O mortal, what is good, and what the Lord requires of you, only to do justice, and to love goodness, and to walk humbly with your God. Let us pray. Good and gracious God, our Creator and Redeemer, you guide everything in your wisdom and love. We give you thanks for our blessed and beautiful country, Dominica, the land of the Lord, the Isle of Beauty, the Isle of Splendor. As we gather today in celebration of the 47th anniversary of independence, we ask that you help us to grow ever stronger as a nation, unified by the virtues of love and respect for one another. May we continue to be steadfast in pursuit of the principles expressed in the Constitution, the national anthem, and the Pledge of Allegiance. May this observance of our independence deepen our resolve to the task of nation building, embolden our commitment to the common good, and inspire us to continue the pilgrimage from progress to purpose, so that unity, harmony, and justice may prevail in our land, and we may enjoy lasting prosperity and peace. Merciful Lord, help us to draw on the resources of our faith and to use the opportunities of our democracy to shape a society respectful of life, dignity, and the rights of all, most especially the poor and the vulnerable. Father, watch over those in authority, Her Excellency the President, the Honorable Prime Minister, the opposition, and all who exercise power in the various branches of government. Grant them all an abundance of your grace and assist them with the gifts of your Holy Spirit as they discharge the duties of their offices. We recommend to your mercy, Lord, all citizens and residents of our beloved land. Remind us that true progress and happiness is rooted in seeking and doing your will, and sustained by the strength of our moral fabric. And so, Lord, with your word to guide and to inspire us, your rule of justice and love to order our steps, may we celebrate our independence, striving always in fidelity to our national instruction, all for each and each for all. We ask this through Christ our Lord.
Thank you, Bishop Forbes. Please be seated.
Just the prayer. Prayer being ended, and we're taking the parade. The parade is given the command to move to the right in file, right turn, and the parade commander is now going to the head of the number 1 platoon as they are going to march off the parade line. He's in his position now, and the word of command is given by the second in command to march the troop off. And here go. They're marching off the parade ground. And they have done a a double right wheel to get back to the northern end of the stadium. And the bass drum is the one giving the timing here so that they can march at the correct interval from each other and the appropriate distance from right or left.
The music lovers have already started their exit, and we're up to the last platoon also moving in the northern direction. They're quickly moving to their resting positions.
Yes.
Usually they would wait until the speeches are over and then they can return to the field for the final displays.
That's right. Now we see the SSU platoon just making their departure, followed by the fire, and the last platoon will be the cadet platoon.
Of course, it's a good time to let you know that you're listening to Kyrie FM, the genuine sound of Dominica, your independent radio station, celebrating 31 years of broadcasting. We are at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium to bring you the live coverage of this year's National Day Parade 2025 as we celebrate under the theme 47 years of progress and purpose.
But Dr. Andrew, you said 31 years, and you were with Kyrie as a student in its embryonic stages. Can you give us an idea as to how long you've been associated with Kyrie FM?
You know, that association is going to yield many, things
Conclusions.
I would like to leave hidden, Let's keep it our little secret.
All right, until the appropriate time.
That is correct.
For dissemination to the nation.
Of course, we... Of course, thanks to our sponsors who are making today's possible, Jay's Limited and Standards Restaurant. And we're on to the Prime Minister for his address.
Our President, Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton and Mr. Burton. Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly, and Mrs. Isaac. I also recognize my wife Melissa and my two children. Your Ladyship Justice Zainab Jawara Alami, High Court Judge. Your Ladyship Justice Sejila McDowell, Resident Judge. Your Excellency Charles Savary, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I recognize for the first time Mrs. Savary is not there, but I hope she is doing well. Your Excellency Eliud Williams, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Honorable members, there's a protest taking place, they're not hearing.
Something is going on
there. It
we're
seemed
trying to figure out what exactly is happening.
Commission taking place within the area. There may be the southern area of the...
Can you hear me now?
All right.
If you can hear me, let us say Dominica!
All right.
I want to recognize my cabinet colleagues and their spouses, honorable members of parliament and spouses, Your Excellencies, the members of the diplomatic and consular corps and other visiting dignitaries and spouses. And I say we are always honored and pleased to have you among us during our celebrations. Thank you so much for your presence. Your Worship, Sandra Ermin Roye, Mayor of the City of Roseau. Miss Kerry Brady Prince, Mayor of Portsmouth. The Secretary to the Cabinet, Miss Prevost, Permanent Secretaries and Spouses. His Lordship, Kendrick John Forbes, the Bishop of the Diocese of Roseau. And I want us to remind us that His Lordship is seeking to raise $5 million to complete the cathedral. And we should all give generously to the church as we seek to complete the cathedral. Distinguished guests, visiting Dominicans, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, good evening to all of you. My fellow Dominicans, 27 years ago, on November 3rd, 1978, our beloved Dominica stepped boldly onto the world stage as an independent nation. On that day, we raised the national flag with pride and hope, believing that this isle, to all so sweet and fair, could chart its own destiny. Today, we gather under the radiant light of our nation's 47th anniversary of independence. This is a celebration of 47 years of pride, perseverance, and purpose. 47 years of a people who, though small in number, have never been small in spirit. Dominica has walked a path marked not by ease, but by courage. We have faced the tempests of nature, countless macroeconomic shocks, and the complex demands of a changing world. Yet, through it all, we have never lost sight of who we are, a people rooted in faith, community, and love for country. We have continued to pursue a better Dominica for our children, for our communities, and for generations yet to come. As we celebrate this year's independence under the theme 47 Years of Progress and Purpose, we're reminded of how far we have come and the sacred duty we hold to continue building a resilient, prosperous, and inclusive Dominica. As we reflect on our journey of strength and renewal, our hearts turn to our Caribbean neighbors who now face difficult days. I take a moment to express solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Jamaica, Cuba, and Haiti in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. We share in their pain and understand, perhaps more than most, the devastation such disasters can bring to families, communities, and livelihoods. Our thoughts and prayers are with all who have suffered loss. We are also mindful of our Dominican nationals and students residing in those countries, and we continue to monitor their well-being closely. The government of Dominica has established a hotline for Dominican students in Jamaica and Cuba to reach out for assistance or to report any challenges they may be facing. Dominica will provide tangible support in the coming days and weeks to assist recovery efforts in the affected countries and to ensure that our citizens abroad receive the care and guidance they need. In moments like these, we are reminded that we are one Caribbean family, bound by history, shared struggle, and an unshakable spirit of resilience. Together, we shall rise. I would be grateful if we could all stand for a moment of silence for those who lost their lives during the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Thank you very much. Fellow Dominicans, there are moments, especially on independence, when we must pause to celebrate the grace of the Almighty and our numerous achievements as a government and people. We thank God for the many blessings He continues to pour upon this nation. Throughout our history, Dominica has never lacked food to sustain us, clean air to breathe, and pure water to drink. Each day, by His grace, we find the strength and the means to build, to serve, and to provide for our people. It is through His continued favor that our government is able to advance the work of development and to secure a better future for all. Every government since 1978 has played its part in building the drivers of successful nationhood and shaping the Dominica we know today. Our journey began under the leadership of Patrick Roland John and the Dominica Labour Party, who led us to the historic moment of independence on November 3rd, 1978. It was a bold and visionary act, the moment when we took control of our destiny and declared that the people of Dominica would govern themselves. But as every young nation learns, independence brings challenges. Those early years were marked by struggle, governance failures, and political turmoil. Yet, they laid the foundation for the free and democratic Dominica we cherish today. And so we say thanks to Patrick Roland John and the Dominica Labour Party. During the first year of our independence journey, an interim administration led by Oliver Serafin and the Committee for National Salvation emerged to restore order, rebuild after the devastation of Hurricane David, and prepare our country for fresh elections. Their efforts gave Dominica a second chance, the opportunity to rebuild with hope and determination. In 1980, the people turned to Dame Mary Eugenia Charles and the Dominica Freedom Party, who gave Dominica what it needed most at that time: stability, discipline, and integrity in public life. Her leadership restored confidence in government, earned Dominica international respect, and introduced economic citizenship as a vehicle for private foreign investments. Under her stewardship, we became known as a country governed by law, order, and principle, a nation that could stand tall among its Caribbean brothers and sisters. That was the stabilizing phase of our independence, when we learned that self-governance must rest on sound institutions, discipline, and accountability. In 1995, the United Workers' Party, led by Mr. Edison James, brought a new spirit of ambition. The UWP government sought to deepen our economic independence and push Dominica forward at a faster pace. The Economic Citizenship Program was re-engineered to operate as a fund for overall national development, which laid the foundation for it to become the key engine of our mobilization of development capital and economic resilience. From the year 2000, under the leadership of Rosie Douglas, Pierre Charles, and myself, the Dominica Labour Party has carried the torch of independence into a new era, the era of transformation and resilience. We have worked to modernize our economy, rebuild our infrastructure, empower our youth, and ensure that every Dominican in every community feels the progress of an independent nation. My friends, as we look back over 47 years, we see that every administration, labor, freedom, workers, and labor has contributed to the great project of building this nation. Each built upon the work of the other in the areas of strong and accountable governance, economic self-reliance, education, health and wellness, cultural self-assurance, and social cohesion, thereby carrying forward the dream of a proud, self-sufficient Dominica. Our task now is to protect that progress and continue to build with a purpose, a nation where opportunity belongs to everyone, no matter their color, their creed, their community, or political persuasion. Across Dominica today, progress is visible from the north to the south, from the coast to the mountains. Our landscape tells a story of renewal and change. The International Airport Project, one of the most transformative undertakings in our nation's history, is advancing rapidly. Every week brings new milestones. Runway works are progressing, landside facilities are taking shape, and hundreds of Dominicans are employed in this national project. For decades, we dreamed of direct international access. Today, that dream is becoming a reality, a gateway which will connect Dominica directly to the world, open new opportunities for trade, tourism, and investment, and redefine how the world reaches our shores. And let me tell you, my dear friends, when this international airport is completed, you will see the kind of transformation we are talking about. And by the grace of God, this very important project will come to a successful completion. Our road network has been the backbone of national development. We have built, resurfaced, and modernized roads in every constituency, linking communities more safely and efficiently. From the Layu Valley Road, the Nicholas J.O. Liverpool Highway, the new East Coast Road through the Kalnago Territory, the E.O. Libla Highway, and now the Lubeto Granby Road, Dominica's road infrastructure tells a story of a nation on a rise. The Roseau Road Enhancement Project, which will modernize and beautify our capital city of Roseau, is set to commence in earnest in 2026. Our Cabridge Marina project is another symbol of modern progress. Once completed, it will position Dominic as a leading hub for yachting and marine tourism in the Eastern Caribbean. An entirely new industry which will create jobs, stimulate small businesses, and enhance our international appeal. Few countries our size have taken on the global energy transition with the level of commitment that Dominica has. The geothermal power plant in Loda is nearing completion, representing our bold step toward energy independence and sustainability. Once operational, this plant will provide clean, reliable, and affordable electricity to thousands of homes and businesses in Dominica. It will reduce our carbon footprint and make Dominica one of the greatest or the greenest nations on earth. Tourism continues to be a cornerstone of our economic growth, and the signs are very, very promising. Most recently, the launch of new service agreements with international partners, including Qatar, and the start of regional flights by Contour Airlines have strengthened Dominica's accessibility. Our collaboration with Barbados on multi-destination tourism means access to new markets and broader global visibility. Our hotel sector continues to expand, New properties like the Ocean Oasis Hotel, Jungle Bay, and the Secret Bay expansion are world-class facilities and a sure sign of investor confidence in Dominica's stability and future. The cable car project, set for completion by year's end, is another exciting new chapter in Dominica's tourism story. Blending innovation with sustainability, it will offer visitors a unique and comfortable way to experience the breathtaking beauty of the Boiling Lake and the surrounding landscape. This project has created hundreds of jobs for skilled local workers and, when completed, will further energize economic activity in the Roseau Valley and Dominica by extension, particularly in hospitality, food and beverage, and transportation. Visitor arrivals are increasing steadily, and with that growth, more Dominicans are finding meaningful employment and business opportunities across the tourism value chain. Our focus is on redefining the industry through community tourism so that even more of our people can share in its benefits. Agriculture has always been at the heart of our identity, and today it is regaining its rightful place in our economic transformation. Our farmers are producing more and earning more. Through targeted interventions such as farm access roads, irrigation systems, and introduction of climate-smart technologies, the government has reignited confidence in agriculture. We have strengthened the agro-processing sector and provided equipment and greenhouses to dozens of farmers and processors. Export volumes are rising, and new markets in the region and beyond are opening up, driven by strategic investments in the Dominica Export-Import Agency, DEXIR, to strengthen export capacity and provide greater support to our farmers. We are diversifying crops, promoting youth participation, building stronger linkages between agriculture and tourism, and positioning the sector as an engine of growth and rural empowerment. In the blue economy, Dominica took a bold step last month in the global conservation and environmental stewardship by establishing the world's first ever sperm whale reserve. An initiative which underscores our nation's commitment to protecting these majestic creatures and safeguarding our natural heritage. Fellow Dominicans, friends, the progress we celebrate today is backed by sound economic management, strategic investments, and international confidence. We have bounced back from devastation after devastation and emerged as a global example of resilience, a nation that has turned tragedy into transformation. From the ruins of storms and hurricanes, we rebuilt homes, hospitals, schools, and livelihoods with a clear vision of becoming the world's first climate resilient nation. Just last week, Dominica reached another major milestone on our journey toward full climate resilience with the signing of an agreement with the Green Climate Fund for the Dominica Community Resilience Enhancement Project at an investment valued at EC $70.2 million. This project will focus on 8 communities and bring targeted resilience investments to strengthen agriculture, retrofit public buildings and emergency shelters, install early warning systems, and build institutional capacity for disaster preparedness and climate resilience. Indeed, my friends, Dominica is progressing with purpose. Our citizenship by investment program has grown exponentially under this administration and continues to provide the funding for many of the climate resilience projects which are reshaping our nation. The program enables us to invest boldly in infrastructure, provide direct support to our people and to the private sector, assist our students pursuing higher education, and finance economic diversification, all without placing an unsustainable debt burden on future generations. It is a model of how a small island developing state can leverage creativity and good governance to build resilience and strengthen communities. The recently established Eastern Caribbean Citizenship by Investment Regulatory Authority, signed by OECS member states and with CBI programs and passed by our parliament, ensures that the program remains transparent, credible, and globally compliant. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, on 1st October 2025, the Caribbean achieved an historic milestone with the implementation of free movement of nationals of Dominica, Barbados, Belize, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines within these countries. For Dominica to be one of the 4 pioneering countries in this journey is a profound honor. Full free movement means hope, an expanded citizenry, and increased opportunities for all our people. This is why your government stood at the forefront. We raised our hand to be counted among the first because we believe in the promise of a truly united, integrated Caribbean. When the story of this moment is told to future generations, they will remember that Dominica was one of the 4 pillars that helped transform our region. This is something to be proud of, my dear people. I want every Dominican to feel proud of this achievement. I am proud of that accomplishment, and I am proud of Dominica. This, brothers and sisters, is progress. The kind of progress that strengthens not only your nation, but our region. My friends, Dominica's development has always been about people. Every policy, every program, every investment is guided by the simple but powerful principle that progress must improve the lives of our citizens, empower our communities, and create opportunities for every citizen, every Dominican to thrive. And in every village, in every family, the benefits of our progress are being felt. The housing revolution remains one of the most ambitious and transformative programs in our nation's history. Thousands of resilient homes have been built for Dominicans. These homes are safe, beautiful, and built to last. We're providing families with the stability they need to live with confidence and dignity. We're relocating vulnerable communities to safer ground. And with the Opportunity Knocks 2% housing program, we're enabling working families to own their homes at affordable prices. Through the National Employment Program, public assistance, non-contributory pension, and the Yes We Care program, we continue to uphold our duty to the most vulnerable among us. These are not handouts. They are investments in dignity, compassion, love, and social cohesion. We have built and equipped new health and wellness centers in every district, improved diagnostic services at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital, and introduced new technologies in telemedicine and patient care. We are also strengthening human resource capacity at the hospital to enhance leadership, improve clinical management, and ensure the highest standards of patient care. Salary increases and new appointments for public officers, including teachers, nurses, and police officers, speak to our deep gratitude for the dedicated service and our commitment to their well-being. Salary increases and adjustments which are presently being implemented form part of our continued efforts to reward hard work and strengthen the public service. We are moving decisively toward another increase in the national minimum wage, following the last adjustment in 2021, so that every worker in Dominica receives fair compensation for their labor. This initiative is an expansion of our belief in equity, in the dignity of our people, and in shared prosperity. A report from the advisory committee has been reviewed by the cabinet, and following further consultations with stakeholders, a new minimum wage will be implemented by December 1st, 2025, just in time for Christmas. Fellow Dominicans, the youth of Dominica are our greatest asset, and education remains the bridge between today's progress and tomorrow's prosperity. We are upgrading the Goodwill Secondary School into a TVET Center of Excellence and constructing 5 new primary schools across the island, one of which in Tibo will serve as a center of excellence for special education. Through education reform, we are aligning the curriculum with real-world skills, civic education, visual and performing arts, entrepreneurship, and digital literacy, so that every Dominican child can compete confidently in the global economy. Scholarships and skills training continue to create pathways for success, while the Dominica Youth Business Trust helps young entrepreneurs turn their ideas into enterprises. Education has truly transformed Dominica and is one of the surest signs of our national progress. From early childhood to tertiary level, our children have full access to learning opportunities that were once out of reach for many. More Dominicans than ever before are earning advanced qualifications at universities at home, in the region, and around the world. This steady increase in knowledge and skills has strengthened every sector of our society, from public service and healthcare to business and technology. It is a powerful revolution driven by deliberate government policy and is proof that our sustained investment in education is building the very foundation for Dominica's future. To our young people, your government continues to believe in you. The opportunities before you are greater than those of generations before. Take advantage of them. Use them. Build upon that foundation which has been laid for you. Building on the foundational progress, I am pleased to share that Clare Harbor is once again expanding its operations in Dominica with the addition of another new client, its second in just a few months. This development comes at a time when the company, like many others, has faced its share of challenges, making this renewal and growth all the more meaningful. It speaks to Clare Harbor's enduring confidence in our economy and in the skill and professionalism of the Dominican people. We have been advised that this expansion will generate 300 job opportunities for our young people. I extend heartfelt thanks to Clare Harbor for its continued partnership and for believing in Dominica's potential and promise. As we celebrate, we also honor the spirit of who we are. We are Dominicans, creative and deeply rooted in our culture. Our World Choral Music Festival, now 25 years strong, continues to highlight our vibrant culture, blending traditional rhythms with international appeal. This year's festival was a resounding success, reaffirming Dominica's reputation as the Creole capital of the world. For 3 unforgettable nights, our stage came alive with the rhythms of bouillon, calypso, reggae, zouk, compa, and soca, showcasing the extraordinary talent of our local and regional artists. And I pause to apologize to my fans for my non-appearance on the stage this year, but we look forward to next year. The festival brought an undeniable boost to our economy, with all hotels filled, small businesses benefiting, and the world once again turning its attention to Dominica. During the festival, Dominica witnessed a 48% increase in visitor arrivals over last year's number. Our Tea Village Creole this year was the most successful ever, with the largest number of small businesses, vendors, and patrons. Our independence season, with Creole wear, cuisine, dance, and language, remains a joyful declaration of identity and pride. We honor our ancestors who tilled the soil, built our communities, and passed down the values of faith, hard work, and unity. Their sacrifices remind us that independence is a duty to preserve, protect, and promote the enduring spirit of Dominica. My dear brothers and sisters, as we look towards our 50th independence anniversary, just 3 years away, our mission is clear: to build on this extraordinary progress and accelerate the transformation of Dominica into a more dynamic, inclusive, and sustainable nation. The roads we pave, the schools we build, the homes we construct, the power we generate, all of these are laying the groundwork for a Dominica where every citizen can live with dignity, security, and pride. But this journey cannot be led by government alone. It requires each of us to embrace our role in nation building, whether we are teachers, farmers, entrepreneurs, students, or public officers. The opportunities are here. The international airport will bring new business. The geothermal plant will lower energy costs. The marina will open new streams of tourism. The digital economy will expand jobs and innovation. We must be ready to seize these opportunities, to prepare ourselves, to train our youth, to innovate, and to believe in our collective power to shape the future. We must continue to care for each other, lend a hand to our neighbors, be polite and courteous to family, friends, and visitors. Keep our environment clean and green, put aside our differences, and work hard to build this country. On this Independence Day, I express my gratitude to all who have contributed to our nation's progress, to our public and police officers for their dedication to service, to our healthcare workers for their care and compassion, to our farmers and fishers for feeding the nation, to our teachers for always showing up for our children, to the NEP interns and the workers of the Solid Waste Corporation who help keep our environment clean and beautiful, to the Yes We Care caregivers for the care of our elderly, to our private sector for investing in Dominica's potential, and to our international partners whose steadfast friendship and collaboration assist in advancing Dominica's developmental journey. To our diasporans whose love and loyalty never fade, let it be known that we appreciate your visits and investments in Dominica. Our hope is that all of you will come back home permanently. I also thank the many non-Dominicans who have embraced our country and chosen to make Dominica their home. Several families have made the deliberate decision to relocate and settle here, contributing to our communities and national life. We welcome and appreciate you, and we encourage you to share your experiences, to invite others to visit, to invest, and perhaps, like you, to make this beautiful country your home. My dear friends, this year we also honor two of Dominica's most dedicated sons, the late Prime Ministers Rosie Douglas and Pierre Charles, who will this evening be posthumously awarded the Dominica Award of Honor, our nation's highest recognition of service. Both men devoted their lives to the advancement of Dominica and the upliftment of its people. Rosie Douglas was a visionary leader who believed deeply in social justice and Caribbean unity. Pierre Charles served with quiet strength and humility, guiding the nation through difficult times with integrity and courage. Their leadership laid important foundations for the progress we celebrate today. And this government is building on the work that they started. As we pay tribute to the legacy, let us vow to emulate the example of selfless service and love for country. May the memories remind us that nation building is a collective duty, that each generation must add its own chapter to the story of Dominica's progress with the same determination and devotion which guided Rosie Douglas and Pierre Charles. May the soul rest in eternal peace as we celebrate their contribution to our country. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the time has come to honor our heroes in a more structured manner. Later this month, the government shall appoint a national committee to advise on the establishment of a Heroes Park and a legal framework to recognize and honor our national heroes in a special and distinct manner. I also wish to extend heartfelt congratulations to all who are receiving meritorious service awards today. Your dedication and sacrifice have strengthened our nation, and we thank you for your invaluable service and contribution to national progress. Fellow Dominicans, as we celebrate today, let us do so with the conviction that Dominica's best days are ahead. We have proven that no storm can break our spirit, no obstacle can halt our progress, and no challenge can defeat our resolve. Let this Independence Day be a renewal of faith in ourselves and in each other. Let us move forward as one people, purposefully driven by the ideals which inspired our founders: faith, unity, hard work, and love for country. As we look back over these past 47 years, one truth shines above all. Dominica has remained a stable democracy and one of the safest countries in the entire world. Through every election, every debate, and every storm, our people have upheld the principle that power belongs to the people. We have had our differences, yes, but our democracy has never wavered. Each administration, regardless of political color, has contributed to the great project of Dominican nationhood. And that, my friend, is the true meaning of independence. Not only the right to govern ourselves, but the maturity to sustain our democracy and strengthen our unity as one people under one flag. So, let us continue to write the developing success story of our independence journey together. For as long as we believe in ourselves, there is no limit to what this small nation can achieve. We have every right to celebrate these 47 years, and we thank the Almighty God for his many blessings on Dominica. And if we recall, just 8 years ago, this country was crushed to the ground. And look at us now today. We thank God for this. So, my urge to all of us is to join hands and to help build this country. Dominica needs every one of us to play our positive role in nation building. And if we do so, we'll all enjoy the fruits of our labor. Happy 47th anniversary of independence, Dominica. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless our beloved nation. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless our country. Thank you very much.
Prime Minister just ended his address, approximately 40 minutes, reasonably well done. And the next item on the program is...
Oh, there are fireworks going on.
Oh, yes. Can you see it from here?
Can't exactly see it from here.
Yes,
but,
to the
you
southern
can
end
hear-
of the, and up on the moon, it would appear we're having some fireworks here, and can't see it too clearly from the location where I'm standing, but we can hear this, the noise and the explosion coming from the Monbus area. And that, of course, I think the cameras in the strategic location would be able to pick it up. But that's a good sign in the celebration as it continue to demonstrate our celebration.
Definitely, I think some of the spectators are able to enjoy the fireworks. Of course, it was a nice culmination of the National Day address by the Honorable Prime Minister of Dominica, Roosevelt Skerrit. Of course, you're listening to Kyrie FM, the genuine sound of Dominica, your independence radio station. We are about to move on to the next segment of the program. Also, a much look forward to segment of the program, and that would be the presentation of awards.
And who's the first?
Men whose dedication and service have contributed meaningfully to Dominica's growth and development. Today we celebrate their achievements and express our collective gratitude for their unwavering commitment to country and community. I now invite Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, to confer the awards on the awardees.
Of course, the National Day Awards are always, these are the highest awards that can be bestowed to a national or a non-national or an organization. There are 5 major categories of
correct.
awards. Today, 4 of these categories will be represented.
The long service.
The long service is not represented today. But we're starting off with number 1, which is the Dominica Award of Honor.
That's the highest award.
And the late Honorable Pierre Charles.
So 2 recipients in this category, which is the highest honor.
Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, now therefore I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant
They
and
are
confer
both
on you
past prime ministers who have passed and gone to the great beyond, and they are being awarded posthumously.
And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Posthumous award to the late Honorable Roosevelt Bernard Rosie Douglas. The award will be received by his son, Tiani Bihanzin.
Yes, and we see here that since it's posthumous, Tiani Bihanzin, his son, he had worked in the magistracy. He is a lawyer by profession, and he has just gone up the staircase to receive on his behalf.
Was a distinguished citizen of the Commonwealth of Dominica who devoted his life to the struggle for social justice, equality, and the upliftment of Dominican people. And whereas first elected to the House of Assembly on July 1st, 1985, as parliamentary representative for the Paybush constituency, he served the Dominica Parliament, his constituents, and the nation with vision, conviction, and compassion. And whereas, as Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, from February 2000 until his untimely passing in October 2000, the Honorable Roosevelt Bernard Rosie Douglas worked tirelessly to forge new alliances for Dominica within the Caribbean, Africa, and the wider international community, advancing a vision of unity, empowerment, and global cooperation for small island states. And whereas his leadership was marked by his deep belief in people-centered development, his advocacy for youth empowerment, his fight against inequality, and his commitment to the idea that Dominica's progress must be rooted in education, self-reliance, and social justice. And whereas his contributions extended beyond the national boundaries through his pioneering work in the international student movement and the global campaign against racism and oppression, earning him admiration and respect throughout the Caribbean and beyond. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Dominica Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025.
And he
Posthumous award to the late Honorable Roosevelt Bernard Rosie Douglas. The award is being received by his son Tiani Bihanzi.
and the escort is two past president, His Excellency Charles Sovereign, and also Eliud Williams. There is two men, noble, distinguished, and a squire gentleman, who are the escort for Roosevelt Douglas.
So this was the first recipient within this category,
Yes.
the highest level of award for this ceremony.
And for Pierre Charles, his daughter is mentioned
Yes,
as
she
the
will be receiving on his behalf.
And I'm trying to get a glimpse of who the escorts are.
Pierre Charles was an exemplary public servant, educator, and leader whose life embodied humility, integrity, and steadfast dedication to the service of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Okay.
And whereas first elected to
saw
the House of Assembly on July 1st,
Father Thomas is one of the
1985,
escort.
as parliamentary
And,
representative for the Grand Bay constituency, he served his community and country with distinction and sincerity. And as Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica from October 2000 until his passing in January 2004, the Honorable Pierre Charles provided
Flanked by a lady. I can't recognize the person from the distance I'm at.
in the nation's history.
I guess when it zoom in another angle, when
Fiscal management and negotiation with international partners, including the IMF, laid the foundation for the nation's economic recovery and long-term stability. And whereas his tenure reflected a deep concern for the welfare of all Dominicans, especially the vulnerable, and his leadership was defined by humility, and an unshakable commitment to the principles of equity, hard work, and national unity. And he remained devoted to his community of Grand Bay, mentoring youth, supporting education and culture, and personifying the values of simplicity and service which inspired the nation. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Dominica Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Posthumous award to the late Honorable Pierre Charles, being received by his daughter, Faiza Abena Charles.
And I didn't get the other escort, who is a lady. That's his daughter.
That is the daughter of the late Honorable Pierre Charles, receiving the Medal of Honor on behalf of her late father. The second recipient in this category of awards, and of course this is the number one, the highest level of award that can be bestowed on anyone in the Commonwealth of Dominica.
For meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, by Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, DAH, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica. 2, Samuel Johnson, Esquire, Reverend J. Evans Dodds, Dr. Basil Fadipe.
We are on to the second category of awards, that is the number 2 level, the Cicero Award of Honor. And there are 3 recipients in this category, beginning with Mr. Samuel Johnson,
Reverend Dodds,
and Dr. Basil Fadipe, in my category.
medical section.
President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Cicero Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Samuel Johnson, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica in the areas of infrastructure development and investment through your leadership as Chief Executive Officer of the International Airport Development Company and your contribution as a hotel proprietor supporting growth in the tourism sector. And whereas you have demonstrated exceptional leadership and management in advancing the construction of the international airport, and you established the governance framework, systems, and procedures, and you have led the development of the airport master plan through extensive consultations with stakeholders and through collaboration with regional and international regulatory agencies. And under your stewardship, the project has achieved significant progress, remaining ahead of schedule. And your strategic foresight has also extended to route development, proactively engaging airlines, and opening new access opportunities to Dominica from key markets including Miami, New York, Trinidad, San Juan, and St. Thomas. And whereas you are further contributing to national growth and job creation through investment in Dominica's hospitality sector with the establishment of a new hotel property. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Cicero Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Cicero Award to Samuel Johnson, Esquire.
Okay, the first recipient within this second category of awards. Just to let you know, you're listening to Kyrie FM, and we're at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium live, brought to you listeners kind compliments of Jay's Limited and Standards Restaurant. Of course, we
Reverend J. Evans Dodds.
Number 2,
Cicero
second
to-
recipient of the Cicero Award of Honor. This group of recipients, of course, are being recognized for their national contribution, national and regional contributions.
Leadership, education, and humanitarian service, touching countless lives with compassion and wisdom. And whereas over the course of more than 5 decades, your ministry extended across the Caribbean and the Americas, including Belize, Honduras, Montserrat, Anguilla, and the United States, where you pastored numerous congregations and strengthened the moral and organizational fabric of the church. And whereas during your pastoral appointments, you developed community-based programs such as after-school tutorials, youth camps, outreach ministries, and services for the needy and homeless. And whereas you now continue your ministry in Dominica, where you have contributed significantly to the building and strengthening of the faith community. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Cicero Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025.
This is Reverend Evans Dodds, second recipient in this category. Cicero Award of Honor, and he's been pinned by Her Excellency the President.
Actually, his wife was my teacher in Calabishi Primary School.
Oh, wow. It's quite a long time ago.
That's right.
He's now making his way back down the staircase after having received his award. There are 3 recipients in this
that
category. And the third is going to be in the field of medicine, Dr. Basil Fadipi.
Fadipi, yes. He's proprietor of a hospital in Mero, is that correct?
That is correct.
Whereas you have distinguished yourself through a lifelong commitment to the advancement of medicine, medical education, and community health, both in Dominica and abroad. And whereas in 1991, you brought your wealth of surgical expertise to the Commonwealth of Dominica, where you served as consultant surgeon and director of the Louis Pasteur Polyclinic at the then Princess Margaret Hospital, introducing advanced endoscopy services and raising the standard of surgical care available to Dominicans. And whereas as Associate Clinical Professor of Surgery and Anatomy at Ross University School of Medicine, You dedicated over a decade to mentoring generations of medical students from Dominica and around the world, fostering a legacy of professionalism and scientific excellence. And whereas you established the Justin Fadipe Hospital in Mero in 2002, a private medical institution which continues to provide health care to the people of Dominica. And whereas you served as chair of the Division of Anatomical Sciences and professor of integrated clinical medicine at the All Saints University School of Medicine, where you continue to guide the academic and professional growth of future physicians. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Cicero Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Cicero Award of Honor to Dr. Basil Fadipe.
And Dr. Fadipe is making his way up to the stage, greeting Her Excellency, and is being pinned with his Cicero Award of Honor. And of course, there are few recipients in this category always. The Award of Honor, which is the number 1, is not always given. So it's only given on certain years when there are deserving recipients. And the Cicero Award is usually given to few candidates.
President of the Commonwealth of Dominica. 2, Prosper Paris Esquire. Boniface Lloyd Esquire. Miss Hannah Clarendon. Lennox Abraham Esquire. Titus Francis Esquire. Dr. Victor Atherton Emmanuel. Mrs. Shirley Augustine. Mrs. Anita Bully. Haig Thomas Esquire. And the 3rd Maho Scout Troop. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, now therefore I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025.
Okay, so that is, we're already on to the 3rd category of award recipients, the Meritorious Service Awards, and there are 10 recipients within this category. Of course, there are usually more recipients within this category and the next few.
Hannah.
And they are persons who have made valuable contributions in various sectors nationally in the Commonwealth of Dominica. Good time to let you know that you're listening to Kyrie FM, the genuine sound of Dominica, your independence radio station, celebrating 31 years of broadcasting. And today's National Day Parade has been brought to you, listeners, kind compliments of Jay's Limited and Standards Restaurants. We're on to our awards segment, Meritorious Service Awards. And the 10 recipients are all lining up for a smooth flow.
To the Commonwealth of Dominica, through decades of outstanding leadership, technical expertise, and commitment to national and regional agricultural development. And whereas, beginning your career as a crop protection officer within the Division of Agriculture, you provided guidance to farmers, developed extension programs, and ensured the safe and efficient use of pest management systems. And whereas your pioneering role in the formation of the Dominica Hucksters Association empowered women traders, enhanced organization of regional produce trade, and improved livelihoods through rural Dominica. And as general manager of the Dominica Import Agency, Dexia, you contributed to the strengthening of Dominica's trade and export framework, introduced quality management systems, and supported local entrepreneurs. And whereas through your leadership at the Caribbean Export Agency and the FAO, you represented Dominica and the region with distinction, advancing agricultural innovation and sustainable development across the Caribbean and Africa. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant now therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025.
That would be Miss Hannah E.P. Clarendon for her contribution to development in Dominica. She's making her way down the staircase, and we're on to
language and traditions. And whereas you served as cultural officer in the Ministry of Environment, Kalinago Upliftment, and Constituency Empowerment, and served as the longest-serving member of the Carifuna Cultural Group, including 24 years as its president, representing Dominica and its indigenous heritage across Europe, North and South America, and the Caribbean. And whereas your extraordinary talent as a storyteller has earned you national acclaim, including the title of National Storytelling Champion, and you have worked to revitalize the Kalinago language through the creation of the Kalinago Word for the Day segment on DBS Radio, the development of a Kalinago language program for primary schools, and ongoing research aimed at preserving linguistic heritage for future generations. And whereas you established the Katawa Emma experience in the Kalinago territory, an authentic cultural tourism initiative, now therefore I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Meritorious Service Award to Prosper Paris, Esquire.
Okay, and Mr. Prosper Paris is making his way up the stage. I actually got to work with him many years ago as a tour tour guide during college years, part-time.
That's right.
And he was also a tour guide at the time.
Mhm.
And he moved on to establishing his own tour organization. So he has done a lot for the Kalinago people and for
culture.
himself and culture.
And you can see Raymond Lawrence, a chief cultural officer.
Here as one
He
of
is
his
escort.
escorts. Yes.
Boniface Lloyd, Esquire.
Mr. Boniface Lloyd.
Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through exemplary spiritual leadership and steadfast commitment to your community and the congregation for over 45 years as pastor of the Bellevue Chopin Baptist Church, and whereas through your pastoral ministry, you have positively impacted the spiritual lives of countless individuals in Bellevue Chopin, neighboring communities and across the nation, nurturing faith, hope, and moral guidance. And whereas you have served with distinction in the fields of agriculture and community development, including your leadership and management as estate manager on large agricultural estates during the 1970s and 80s, and as a farmer of over 60 years, producing vegetables, citrus, poultry, and cattle, contributing to Dominica's food security and rural livelihood, and you continue to serve as an active member of the Bellevue Chopin Farmers Group. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Meritorious Service Award to Boniface Lloyd, Esquire.
The third recipient within this category, and Mr. Boniface Lloyd is already at the platform greeting Her Excellency and is being pinned with his Meritorious Service Award. Of course, this is the third highest category of national awards that can be bestowed on an individual or an organization.
Lennox Abraham for child care and sports and activity he's been involved in. He was Operation Youth Week Director.
Through over 40 years of exemplary dedication to the welfare and development of vulnerable children, as well as through outstanding contributions to national sports and youth empowerment. And whereas beginning your career at Operation Youthquake in 1984 as a special education teacher, you rose to the position of director, serving in that capacity for over 35 years until your retirement in July 2024. And your life's work at Operation Youthquake embodied the true spirit of service, acting as teacher, mentor, father figure, counselor, and guide to hundreds of children in crisis, many of whom have gone on to be productive citizens in Dominica. And whereas you have contributed significantly to sports as a cricketer and footballer, representing Dominica with distinction, and later as a national cricket umpire, officiating 37 first-class matches, 7 women's one-day internationals, and 2 women's T20 internationals. And whereas you served as president of the Dominica Cricket Umpires Association for 22 years, now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica. Given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025.
Yes, and I can see he's escorted there by sports people as well. We see Billy Doctorow, and we see Kentish, his escorts, people who are well entrenched in the sporting arena.
And he has received his award and is making his way back down the staircase. And we're on to number 5.
You have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica in the areas of community development and local governance. And whereas from your earliest years, you demonstrated exceptional initiative and leadership, founding and guiding community-based organizations such as the Portsmouth Youth Society for Education and Culture, mobilizing young people in education, cultural promotion and community development projects, including the restoration of library services following Hurricane David in 1979 and the installation of street signs in the town of Portsmouth. And whereas through your leadership of the Portsmouth Carnival Committee, you enrich the cultural and social life of your community by organizing major events. And whereas you entered the political arena in 1980 as a candidate for the Dominica Liberation Movement Alliance, boldly standing as a voice for social justice and progressive ideas. And whereas as councillor and later as mayor of the town of Portsmouth for 3 terms, you championed the cause for local governance and environmental protection, advocating for the decentralization of government services, improved waste management, and sustainable development for your committee, and you now serve as General Manager of the Public Works Corporation. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025.
Mr. Titus J. Francis, Esquire, making his way up to the stage, is greeting Her Excellency and being pinned.
One of his escort appears to be Felix Gregoire, who had been cabinet secretary and then been commissioned as a diplomat in the OECS.
Award to Dr. Victor Atherton
And we're
Emmanuel.
on to number 6.
Just crossed the halfway mark. Is that right?
10 recipients in this category.
Rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica in the field of medicine, serving with distinction as a physician and health educator, commencing your service to the Commonwealth of Dominica in 1989 as a medical officer in the Ministry of Health, making significant contributions to the national health system, and later heading the La Plaine Health District, the Accident and Emergency Department, and the island's psychiatric services. And whereas upon entering private medical practice in 1992, you continued to distinguish yourself as a dedicated family physician, providing quality health care with empathy to countless patients. And whereas you were a long-standing member of the Kiwanis Club of Roseau, where as chair of the Youth Services Committee, you led the highly popular Kiwanis Secondary Schools Debating Competition. And whereas you host a public education and health awareness program, which has spanned nearly 3 decades across multiple platforms. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, to grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2025.
This is the second doctor being recognized for their contribution to medicine on today's National Day Parade. The first was Dr. Basil Fadipe, who got a Cicero Award of Honor.
Yeah.
And here we have Dr. Victor Atherton Emmanuel in the 3rd category of awards.
So I guess the medical fraternity is not left out.
Definitely not. And Mr. Dr. Emmanuel has already received his award and is exiting.
Shirley Augustine.
Up to number 7.
Shirley Augustine
And is escorted by her husband.
Very strange, but true. Yes.
Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through your distinguished leadership in the field of nursing and healthcare administration, exemplifying excellence and commitment to professional and public service. And whereas throughout your career you served with distinction in multiple capacities within the Ministry of Health, including departmental nurse, principal nursing officer, and coordinator of special projects, and as a nurse manager and mentor, you conducted in-service training sessions to assist nurses in mastering nursing diagnosis and care planning. And whereas you served on numerous committees, including the Healthcare Financing Committee, the National Health Advisory Committee, the National Assessment Team for Poverty Assessment, and you also served as a steering committee member for the strengthening of medical laboratories in the Caribbean, as secretary to the Dominica Medical Board, and as president of the Dominica Nursing Council. And whereas you served as Dominica's focal point for Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, for several years, before joining that organization as country program specialist for Dominica. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order, by this my warrant, that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2025.
Mrs. Shirley Augustine for her contribution to nursing, already receiving her award, Meritorious Service Award.
Again, we can add that the medical fraternity is being recognized.
Yes.
So we have two doctors and now we have a nurse.
A nurse, yes. So that was number 7. 3 more within this category.
Service Award to Anita Bully.
You're listening to Kyrie FM, your independence radio station. live from the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. And this is the National Day Parade
Whereas you have rendered
2025.
over 50 years of dedicated and meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through your outstanding contributions to education, small business development, the arts, and the creative industries. And whereas, as Executive Director of the National Development Foundation of Dominica, you pioneered innovative policies to promote small business growth and economic empowerment. And whereas your passion for culture and the performing arts was reflected in your involvement in the People's Action Theatre alongside your husband, Alwyn Bully, and your work in film production and management led to the creation of several short films under the Inspire and Educate project. And whereas you helped advance Dominica's reputation as a premier film destination, attracting major productions such as Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, and the Pirate Master television series. And as Dominica's first film commissioner, you successfully promoted the island's natural beauty, heritage, and creative potential, and nurtured the development of a local film industry, providing opportunities for Dominican talent and technical professionals. And whereas you guided the creation of Dominica's first national cultural policy in 2006, and the National Strategy and Action Plan for the Development of Entertainment and Cultural Tourism, and you were involved in initiatives such as the Nature Island Literary Festival, the Carnival Organizing Committee, and Cars Quayle Productions, as well as the Artists in Residence program in 2023 and the Alwyn Bully Foundation. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica, this 3rd day of November, 2025.
Mrs. Anita Lauren Bully, the wife of the late Alwyn Bully, and she's receiving a Meritorious Service Award. The late Alwyn Bully received a Cicero Award of Honor in 1985 for his contribution to culture, and of course, as you would know, he designed the national flag. So
he was my teacher at DGS.
Oh wow. Learned from the best.
So we don't settle for less.
So they were both very much involved in culture and,
yes.
and development.
It was a good partnership.
Definitely. And she has received her award, and we are on to number 9.
Meritorious Service Award to Haig Thomas Esquire.
Again, we have another person in health, environmental.
Environmental health.
So we can say the medical fraternity have gotten its fair share of recognition in this year's celebration
Whereas
of
you
National
rendered
Day
meritorious
and
service
the
to the
award
Commonwealth of
recieving.
Dominica,
or
dedicating 37
recipients.
years in the fields of public service, environmental health, and community development. And whereas you began your distinguished career in national service in 1964 as a teacher at the Castle Bruce Primary School and later at the Saint-Sauveur Primary School, and you served as a Met officer within the Ministry of Communication and Works. And whereas in 1973 you joined the Ministry of Health as an environmental health officer in the Castle Bruce Health District, and through your leadership and competence, you rose to the position of Senior Environmental Health Officer, supervising the Castle Bruce, Marigot, and La Plaine Health Districts, and later served as Acting Chief Environmental Health Officer. And whereas you have served as manager of the Castle Bruce cricket team, President of the Castle Bruce branch of the Dominica Association of Catholic Men, DACA Men, sponsor of the Castle Bruce Stupidity Soufriere Domino League, and an active participant in numerous civic and cultural initiatives, demonstrating your steadfast commitment to the social advancement of your community. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2025.
His escort appears to be Mr. Scotland and someone else I did not quite recognize.
That's Mr. Haig Thomas, Esquire, number 9 in the Meritorious Service Awards category. And he is already making his way back down the staircase. And we're moving on to the final. The last recipients within this category is a group.
The Meritorious Service Award to the 3rd Maho Scout Troop.
So there were 9 individuals and 1 group within this
Whereas
category.
The
Yes.
3rd Maho Scout Troop has, for over 4 decades, faithfully served the community of Maho and environs through exemplary leadership, volunteerism, and service to youth. And whereas under the steadfast leadership of Group Scout leader, Mr. Davidson John, who has served in this capacity for 40 years, the 3rd Maho Scout Troop has become a pillar of discipline, teamwork, and civic responsibility, and represented the village of Maho and the Commonwealth of Dominica at numerous local, regional, and international events, including participation in the Caribbean Jamborees. And whereas through its commitment to community service, the troop has undertaken initiatives such as environmental cleanup drives, tree planting along riverbanks, and active participation in the national Keep Dominica Clean and Green campaign. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2025.
That's the 3rd Maho Scout Troop being recognized for their contribution. Oh, quite a crowd pleaser there. I believe a number of the scouts,
Yes,
from
they
the
are-
bleachers
yeah,
are
they're
applauding
Yes.
fervently. Very proud of the 3rd Maho Scout Troop.
Yes.
So that concludes the 3rd group of awards.
And
For
we're into the
this
final
evening.
segment.
Service Medal of Honor for meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica by Her Excellency Silvani Burton, DAH, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, to Ibrahim Brahim, Esquire,
Another favorite of the crowd.
Mrs. Caesarina Louisa Farrell,
Contribution to nursing.
Irvin Williams, Esquire, and Elroy Pioche, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, now therefore I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Services Medal of Honor to Ibrahim Brohim Esquire, better known as the sideman. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through your outstanding contribution to entrepreneurship and community development, embodying the values of hard work, creativity, and national pride. And whereas as the managing director of the Signman Limited, you have played a pivotal role in shaping Dominica's visual and cultural identity, transforming the image of local businesses through professionalism and design excellence, and supporting both public and private sector development. And whereas you have been a passionate advocate for culture, creativity, and community engagement, supporting local artists, musicians, and grassroots organizations in preserving and promoting Dominica's heritage. And through your acts of generosity, humility, and civic involvement, you have exemplified the true meaning of patriotism. And whereas your active participation in the Duivayes Hiking Club reflects your commitment to environmental stewardship, wellness, and national pride, inspiring others to explore and appreciate Dominica's natural beauty. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Services Medal of Honor to Ibrahim Brohim Esquire.
All right, Mr. Ibrahim Bruhim, and we can see a group representing the Duivayes Hiking Club shouting from the bleachers, shouting
Yes.
Duivayes. Of course, I have also had the opportunity to hike with that group, and he has always been a huge supporter of physical activity for well-being and hiking, just enjoying our natural environment.
Yes,
Is
and
so
he has
lovely.
been an
Services Medal of
athlete, so
Honor
he's
to
quite
Caesarina
fit. So he
Louisa
gave
Farrell.
people the opportunity to get their fitness and explore at the same time nature in Dominica.
Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through decades of exemplary leadership in the field of nursing and health systems development, helping to strengthen healthcare delivery and advance the nursing profession both locally and regionally. And whereas as matron, principal nursing officer, and lecturer at the Dominica State College, you have helped strengthen institutional frameworks guiding generations of nurses and healthcare professionals towards higher standards of service and leadership. And whereas you founded the Nursing Research Committee of the Ministry of Health, championing a culture of research, mentorship, and evidence-based practice. And you served on the Dominica State College Board of Governors, the Ministry of Health Subject Research Ethics Committee, and the Regional Nursing Body Practice Committee. And whereas your leadership was particularly vital during the post-disaster recovery period following Hurricane Maria, when as focal point for human resource assistance, you demonstrated resilience in mobilizing the health workforce. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Services Medal of Honor to Mrs. Cesarina Louisa Ferrol.
Okay, the second recipients within this category. There are 4 Service Medal of Honor awards for this evening and another representative of the health sector.
So I think they got the fair share. I'm saying it's bordering on a 25% of the whole. And her husband and I were trained together in 1978. So when Dominica was actually made independent, we were on parade on that occasion, just having come from Barbados in August. And by November, we had to be on parade to see that flag change, the England flag going down and Dominica's national flag going up.
Wow, that's
Yes.
quite a historic transition to be witness of.
Very much so, very much so.
Services Medal of Honor to Irvin Williams, Esquire.
Irvin Williams worked at income tax department
Whereas you
for
have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of
extended
Dominica
period, and he was
through
an
41
avid
years of
athlete,
dedicated
played
public
basketball.
service within the Inland Revenue Division, where you contributed to the strengthening of the nation's fiscal administration, tax policy, and financial governance. And whereas you began your service to the government of Dominica in 1978 and rose to the position of Comptroller of Inland Revenue in March 2007, a post you held with distinction until your retirement in October 2019. And whereas, as Comptroller, you bore responsibility for the administration of critical legislation, including the Income Tax Act, Value Added Tax Act, and the Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act factor, providing expert advice to the Ministry of Finance and ensuring compliance, fairness, and efficiency within the national tax system. And whereas you also serve the nation in your roles as Director of the National Bank of Dominica, Director of the Caribbean Credit Card Corporation, and long-standing member of the Central Cooperative Credit Union. And you represented Dominica in both basketball and football, captaining the national basketball team from 1987 to 1990, and contributing to the development of local sports through the Cardinals Basketball Club and Saints Sports Club. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Services Medal of Honor to Irvin Williams, Esquire.
Irvin will.
Being a sportsman,
Thomas
he's
Williams.
escorts 2 sportsmen, avid sportsmen themselves, Billy Doctrove and the other person. I hope they can get back to it. Can't see.
Okay, so far we're almost at the end of this segment. One more to receive his award, and this was Mr. Irvin Thomas Williams, Esquire. He has already made his way back down from
Yes.
the platform.
TK
And we're on to
Kentish, been the escort to Williams, Billy Doctrove and TK.
Meritorious service to the Commonwealth of
Kentish.
Dominica in the fields of agriculture and community service. And whereas you served as Lift Sport Control Officer during a critical period in Dominica's banana industry, and later served at the Central Housing and Planning Division, the Public Works Department, and engaged in road maintenance and development. And whereas you later acquired and cultivated 13 acres of agricultural land in Palm Tree in the early 1980s, producing bananas, root crops, fruits, and livestock, thereby providing employment for young men from neighboring communities and contributing significantly to the huckster trade. And in an act of patriotism, you willingly relinquished ownership of all your property, including your family home, to facilitate the construction of Dominica's International Airport. And whereas you served with distinction on several national boards and institutions, including as Deputy Chairman of the Dominica Banana Growers Association, Director of the Dominica Banana Marketing Corporation for 3 consecutive terms, Member of the Police Service Commission, Member of the Port Council, now known as DASPER, and as a Justice of the Peace since 1983. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Services Medal of Honor to Elroy Pioche, Esquire.
Final recipient of awards for this evening, and Mr. Elroy Pioche is having some difficulty with movement, and so Her Excellency has come down the staircase in order to bestow his Service Medal of Honor Award. So far, we have had a total of 19
He's
recipients.
been escorted there by Dillis Warrington and Mr. Parillon, and further supported by his son.
Heartfelt congratulations to all of our awardees. Let's give them a rousing round of applause.
18 individuals
And thank you
and
to Your
1
Excellency
group.
for conferring these awards. Let me take this opportunity to remind us of Community Day of Service tomorrow, November 4th, and I'm inviting all of us to bestow our own community service and our meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica tomorrow, November 4th, for Community Day of Service. We extend our heartfelt congratulations again to all recipients of the awards. Your exemplary contributions stand as a testament to the strength, perseverance, and the dedication of our people. We now invite our reigning Madam Wabduyet to present Mr. Burton, husband of Her Excellency, with a gift basket.
You're listening to the live coverage of the National Day Parade 2025 from the Windsor Park Sports Stadium, being brought to you, listeners, kind compliments of Jay's Limited and Standards Restaurants. And we just completed the awards ceremony, and we're now presenting the bouquets. First to Mr. Burton, the husband of Her Excellency, and we have another bouquet. I think we are waiting.
Next bouquet should go to the president's wife. Not the president's, the prime minister's wife.
We have it as the first runner of our Miss World Create competition. Presenting the bouquet.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So the second bouquet received by the
As we
wife
continue
of
this momentous
the Honorable
occasion,
Prime Minister, Mrs. Honorable Melissa Skerritt.
we now turn to one of the most anticipated highlights of our National Day celebrations, the parade of platoons and the government band. As we prepare for the commencement of the parade, I now invite Inspector Joseph Raymond, Colonel Commandant of the Dominica Cadet Corps, and he will provide insight and a description of today's parade of platoons.
This is Kyrie FM, the genuine sound of Dominica, your independence station.
Happy Independence, Dominica. Greetings from the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force.
Of course, we're on to
this time,
another
ladies and
exciting
gentlemen, we'll see
segment of the
platoon
National Day Parade. It's time
from the
for
Commonwealth of Dominica
the
Police Force.
display, and our
Marching
uniformed
onto the
troops
parade ground.
are making their way back onto the drills area. They're marching in from north to south.
The platoon now takes the field to perform a stunning display of precision, a series of split and reformation, symbolizing Dominica's journey through 47 years of progress and purpose. The display was put together by drills instructor Sergeant Sherwin Mitchell and will be performed by a platoon of police officers from the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force.
And this is our
Sit back,
drill,
relax, and enjoy.
our drill platoon, a combination of people, officers in the Special Service Unit, as well in the makeup of the other departments of the police force.
Ladies and gentlemen, the display team is made up of officers dressed in ceremonial white and black tunics and battle dress camouflage uniforms. They will be dressed by the parade sergeant, Sergeant Sherwin Mitchell, who gave the command to commence the precision drill sequence.
Drill instructor giving the word of command for precision drill. And here, what they are doing is picking the dressing up, and they have done that smartly. They are going, what they are doing, they are splitting up into four.
The platoon begins with a sequence of splits
And,
and reformation. The first and second four ways split depicts Dominica's journey around the world. The four officers remaining at the center symbolizes the compass rose, north, south, east, and west, representing Dominica's scattered across the globe, yet united in spirit. Their
They
stance
embrace their bodies of
embodies
strength
stability, and the leadership,
and formation.
serving as the heart of the formation.
As the movement folds and they go back and they return,
As the movement
all
unfolds, you will see
it
the
shows that
platoon members from all corners of the world back into formation, which symbolizes
right now what you're seeing here, witnessing, they have gone out and come back in, recognizing that the return of all Dominicans in the diaspora and all over the globe in one spirit and mind, and depicting unity and togetherness in our of our nation. They are now going to go into 47 years of independence. The officers going to render a salute to the government once they come to the end of the display. They are now forming an arrow, steadfast direction as they look forward, progress, development, and they are now proceeding north in arrow formation, and they are fortifying and reflecting Dominica's position in having a good aim to keep our nations together for progress and prosperity. They are going to break out of that formation and go into slow march, and they are going to form 37 years of independence. They are doing some rifle exercising. They are now at the recover arms, and they are marching towards the south. And from that formation, they've gone back to the shoulder arms. They're continuing in slow march, and they just change into quick time. They're marking time in quick time, and they are now going to, they are marking time in quick time. They have splitting up now, and they are coming forward. And what they are demonstrating here is the 47 years of independence. They're going to make a 4 and a 7. And they had in some rifle exercises, now shoulder arms, and they are back to slope arms, change arms, back to the shoulder arms. And they are trail arms, back to the shoulder arms. And they are now grounding arms to give a depiction of 47. Now, it's fantastic. They at ground arms, and with the drum beat, they're going to get back to the shoulder, the arms. So they've just made D and A, and they're going to reform so that we can get a 4 and a 7. And all this is saying and demonstrating resilience and unwavering pride. They are now doing reverse arms, present arms, shoulder arms, order arms at this stage, now grounding arms, and that have given us a 4 and a 7. Coming from a D and an A, we're now forming a 4 and a 7, depicting 47 years of independence. They are now going to reform, and the platoon is now reforming, and the other troops, once they've gotten back in the basic formation from whence they started, they are going to with the drum beat halt. They've done that. And they've saluted the nation. They've just done a salute to the nation and to all the spectators of spectacle here today in this drill platoon. Done a fantastic job. And the drum section of the government band is leading them off the parade grounds. And once they've gotten back to the position, they're going to come in with the entire marching platoons. And then we're going to have the march pass in slow and in quick time. And once they've completed this march pass in slow and quick time, they are going to do the final salute by advancing in review order when they will give the command, presidential salute, present arms, and then
The official close.
we have the official close. Where once the march pass is going to begin, Her Excellency, the President, will get to the saluting base or the dais.
Of course.
Yes. The reminders are in place to guide the parade commanders.
One platoon from the Dominica Cadet Corps, band and drum from the government's or music lovers band, and the band and drum corps from the Dominica Cadet Corps. One noticeable difference is that the police platoon comprises of 2 platoons dressed in ceremonial white, 1 full female platoon with a platoon commander being of, and that's the first time, sir? For the very first time we have a full platoon of police officers, female officers, commanded by Inspector Leoma Joseph. And for the very first time on the Independence Parade, we have a platoon of officers dressed in battle dress uniform from the Special Service Unit of the Commonwealth of Dominica for the very first time. This platoon is led by Assistant Superintendent of Police, Johnson Williams.
And the troops should be coming on at this time. And the music have begun to march them on to the parade ground. We can hear the music marching them on. Government band marching them on. And they are going to march straight to their designated position at the rear of the troops. And once they are in the parade ground, they are going to be dressed by the drill sergeants, Sergeant Mitchell, dressed in left flank and right flank. And then the command would be given to march past in slow and quick time.
Her Excellency has again taken her place at the dais for that final match pass in slow and quick time, as well as review order. So just as we began, we will make that final close, as it will mark the exit of Her Excellency and the end of today's activities. You're listening to live coverage of the National Day Parade for 2025. This is Kyrie FM, the genuine sound of Dominica and your independence station. And today has been brought to you, listeners, kind compliments of Jay's Limited and Standards Restaurant. The uniformed troops are again taking their position back on the field, moving quickly from north to south position.
Yes, platoon number 1 is in position, and the entire parade is commanded by Assistant Commissioner of Police, Aline Maximer, and his second in command is Superintendent Delvin John Lewis. The parade adjutant is Assistant Superintendent Lyndon Timothy, and the parade sergeant is Sergeant Sherwin Mitchell, who is also the force drill instructor.
Of course, this is Kyrie FM 107.9, 93.1, 91.1, 88.7. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, Variety Radio in Antigua, Flow TV, Channel 119 in St. Lucia.
Yes, they've just halted, and right now what they're going to see is the dressing. Yes, the drill sergeant must dress the entire platoon, the entire parade. And we expect the word of command in just a while.
He's currently Central Division Commander. He is married, has 4 children. Ladies and gentlemen, the parade second in command, Delvin John Lewis.
And the word of command is given to dress the parade, and the sergeant is dressing by halves. He is dressing the southern half, and then he will dress the northern half of the parade. Once there's correct alignment and the correct interval between the troops and men on parade, the eyes front will be given, and to wait for the next command. Word of command. The right half has been dressed. He is now doing the left half, which is northern half. And then he had to move the troops closer so that they don't have to do too much of shuffling to get into alignment and at the correct interval from each other. And he've given them the advanced position, having moved the entire northern half or the left half. Yes, and he is in the center commanding, and he's done a good job so far, because there had been a bit of irregular step and pacing, thus giving a big gap between the platoons. The sergeant is doing a fantastic job. He've given the eyes front, and they must react to it. Yes, they must move in a smart uniform and soldier-like manner on the word of command. They've shouldered arms. The word of command of and the parade commander is now taking his position at the top of platoon number 1.
And they're facing south.
And they're going to move south for a few paces, then take a left wheel, and then they will left turn to go north. So they are in files marching south. Platoon, that's platoon number 1, and the others following the same sequence. And then they've given the left wheel. And once you've given the left wheel, there's going to be a form. Yes, they have a left wheel. And then they are going east. And they're going to be taking a left turn to face north. And they're in slow march. And that's one of the moments that the troops can really be kept together in alignment and at the correct interval from those persons around them.
I must say they're looking quite sharp, moving in unison.
And right, number 1 platoon is preparing to give the eyes right. But before they do the eyes right, they must give an open order so we can actually see how well they are aligned and have the correct interval from each other. Number 1 platoon, just a word of command is given. Eyes right is given, and we can see the flurry of the swords. Very good job done with the sword drills. And this is a time to check the alignment and the correct interval from the troops, one from another. And once they've gone past the number of steps, they must give the eyes front. Lyndon Timothy is the third man. The second in command, Delvin John Lewis for platoon number 1. Supernumerary rank is also present. And Henderson is leading the number 2 platoon, fixed on Henderson. And they are given the close order. We have number 3 platoon of the police, eyes right given and eyes front given. And we can see how well the alignment is. The close order is given. And the rear rank seem to be reasonably well aligned. And we have the colors now saluting under the command of Drill Sergeant Sherman Mitchell. We have the section, the SSU, all in camouflage or BTU. Yes, they've closed order, reasonably well done, and they must take a right wheel and fire under the command of Levry Desiree. And he's given the close order, and the rear rank seem to be reasonably well aligned. The fire have done well in the rear rank, and the cadet platoon is under the command Second Lieutenant Emmanuel Alexander commanding the cadets. And the alignment reasonable. And they are now forming left form and another left form. Once they have taken the left form, changing their direction but not their formation, they take another form, and the troops are all marching in line in slow time. On the command of the drum beat, they will change from slow march to quick time. And here they are, just about, there should be just about 7 paces interval. And now they are going to break into quick time. We are waiting the parade commander's command to have the troops and the music working with it at the same time, working on the paces. The word of command is given. After the drum beat gives the quick time. Quick time is given and the band goes into quick time music. And number 1 platoon leading have approximately 7 paces interval. They're marching. They've got a left, they're doing a left form facing east. They march forward a few paces and they're going to change direction. Left form, they've done that. They're marking time on the spot for alignment purposes. And here, once all the men are in line, the board of command is given forward. That has been done. And now they're going to give, platoon number 1 is going to give the eyes right. And here it is. They are doing the eyes right in quick time. Eyes right in quick time. Let's see how they look in alignment. Front rank in number 1, well done. Excellent job in alignment and correct interval. We have platoon number 2, just give the eyes right. And we can see the front rank is very much well aligned and have the correct interval. And the women platoon under Inspector Leonor Joseph, given the eyes front and reasonably well done. The color platoon is there. And then we have Bill Johnson commanding the Special Service Unit platoon, all dressed in camouflage. And they've given the left wheel so that they can get back into the parade alignment formation. Desiree is commanding the fire, and they are having a good alignment in the rear rank. Still some tidying up to be done in the front rank. The cadets have done a very good job here in alignment and at the correct interval from each other. They're given the right wheel, the right turn, and then a left wheel as they march back to the parade line. And here comes the band, government band, doing the salute. Yes, and they are doing very well. They're keeping their alignment, marching in freeze. And once they've gotten off, back into position from the saluting line, they're off the saluting line, the cadet band will also pay compliments by the march pass in quick time. Just a few more paces for the government band to get in position at the back of the parade. And the cadet band is waiting patiently. The music must, on command, halt the troops who are still marking time in quick time. The quick marking time on the spot, of course. And the government band, just a few more paces as they have, point man have stopped, and the troops are taking their alignment and dressing just before the drum beat halts the entire parade. Very well done. Round of applause there. And the cadet band is now going to march past in quick time. Word of command is already given. And here they go. And here comes, you can see the drum major getting ready to, and she is doing a display there. She is doing a display before, and here she's saluting to the left rather than salute to the right, because she turned about facing the band, and here she is now back in position. A lady again on display. We see in the police a lady on display commanding the women platoon, and here we have a drum major, a lady in the cadet band, and really putting on a splendid show here this evening. And they are now going to take a left wheel to get back onto the parade line. And it seems they're getting a round of applause because the drum major is doing something unconventional, which is a spectacle to the spectators. And they are getting back into position in the rear of the parade. Once that is done and the music have stopped, they will have one more dressing and doing another bit of display here, a little spectacle, a bit of entertainment for the spectators. Just a few more paces to get into position. And we can see they're almost in position, and we want, once they get there, we get the command dressing, inwards dress, the front platoon, the front rank of all the troops are dressed, and the others at the back just pick up their dressing in alignment. The next word of command we will hear is eyes front, and then the parade commander will give the command. And here they go, a fantastic halt here with the music, and you can hear the round of applause. The people are quite impressed with the performance of the cadets there, the cadet band. And now the parade commander is going to give the command dressing, and the sergeant, drill sergeant, that is Sergeant Mitchell, is dressing the front rank of the right half and the front rank of the left half. Right half is dressed, and he's now doing the left half. That's the half towards the north. And here he is doing some moving around, commanding the troops to get into alignment and at the correct interval from the persons on their right or left, as the case may be.
A good time to remind listeners that you're listening to Kyrie FM, the genuine sound independence radio station. And today's National Day Parade has been brought to you, listeners, kind compliments of Jay's Limited and Standards Restaurants. We're celebrating 47 years of independence.
The word of command, eyes front, and now the parade commander is giving. He's brought them to the shoulder arms, and then he's going to bring the final salute. The review order command comes. Here they go, and they must halt with the music, stand still. Once the music stops, everyone should stand still, and that's the beauty of that review order. Word of command, present arms, and then should be at a position of attention as the national anthem is being sung. Word of command is given shoulder arms. That was the final salute to Her Excellency the President. Mrs. Burt.
Please remain standing for the departure of Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton and Mr. Burton.
Yes, the departure has begun with Her Excellency the President, and then the departure we are witnessing of the Prime Minister.
As our dignitaries depart, let me thank you all who have joined us today for this celebration of the 47th year of our independence, and thanks to all who have made today possible, particularly the Permanent Secretary and staff of the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development, and the staff of the Office of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Secretariat, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, and many others who have volunteered and provided their services. We are reminding you again to please get out and volunteer for Community Day of Service tomorrow, November 4th. Thank you once again, particularly to the media, and thank you to all of you who have joined us online, both here and overseas. Happy Independence, Dominica. Happy Independence to all. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Mr. Elroy Pioche, congratulations. I have just a few questions for you on Kyrie FM radio, the genuine sound of Dominica. I'm going to ask you just about 3 questions. First question is, how do you feel having received this award?
Well, I feel great, and I'm happy to have received this.
The next question is, while you were doing your service, you're doing your farming, you're doing national service, you're doing all sorts of things for the country, did it ever dawn on you that you would have received such an award?
Well, I was not doing it for award, you know. This was my typical, that was my kind, to work to help the country.
So my final question, what do you say to people who are making a contribution one way or another for Dominica?
Well, they should follow my footsteps. Let's continue to serve.
Very good response. Thank you very much and congratulations. All the best. Yes, Parlo.
Okay, so we're here with Shirley Augustine, one of the recipients today of the National Day Award, and we would like to get a feel of what she's feeling right now after having received such a prestigious award. Maybe you can tell us.
I guess it's more than a feeling. It's good to be able to be recognized for all the work that one has done. Not that you do it for recognition, you do it because you love what you do it because you want to help people, you do it for love of country. But it's good to see that people recognize what you have done and reward you appropriately.
Okay, any advice to upcoming nurses or other, healthcare workers or just professionals on a whole in terms of making a contribution to developing Dominica?
My advice would be to focus on what is true, what is good, what you have come to do, and not on monetary rewards, because that is not all it is about. And patient comes first in everything. Your people come first, whatever it takes to help your patient get better, to help your clients get better. That is what I would advise people to do. And you're not looking for reward here, but you do it as unto God.
Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, my dear.
Dr. Emmanuel, we are on Kyrie FM. We just want to ask you a few questions. The first question is, how do you feel receiving this award at this time?
I feel very honored. I'm very happy. I'm very satisfied that my efforts that I've done over the years have paid off. They say that it's always nice to have people get their flowers while they're alive, rather than have tributes after they've gone. This award is my satisfaction.
Wonderful. The next question is, did you, in all your service to the state and even in your private practice, anticipate such a reward?
No, I didn't. I didn't really, and I wasn't looking for. That wasn't my goal. It was just service, and that's all I was about. It was about service to my fellow man.
Okay. The final question: what do you say to people making a contribution to nation building, in whether directly or indirectly, like you did for the government and also in private practice? What do you say to people doing those type of work?
will continue doing what they're doing, and if it's for the benefit of the people, it's all going to work out for the better for everyone.
Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Okay, and we're here with Mr. Abraham Bruhim, who has been another recipient of one of the prestigious National Day Awards today. And tell us, did you ever imagine receiving an award like this today? How does it feel?
Let me just first say I'm truly humbled, because you get the appreciation from many persons, through your work that you do, through the work that we've done, our contribution to society, be it sports, be it culture, be it music, education, whatever we you hear about persons receiving awards every year, at this prestigious time, Dominica's independence. And, persons say, oh, you deserve. I mean, I always say, what is there for someone who will come in his good time? To say I expected it, I wouldn't say I expected it, no. But I just know that, well, maybe someday the good Lord will pass the baton on to me.
Well, congratulations. Today is your day.
Yes, I have to say thank you. First of all, thank you to the good Lord above for giving me strength and energy, to do what we have been doing. I want to thank the government and people of Dominica for recognizing our efforts at the Signman Limited. I also want to thank my parents who have gone from this earth, who have nurtured me, and my family who stood by me over the years, and my friends. And most importantly, I want to thank, you must have seen them in the background in orange and green jerseys.
Oh yes,
my hiking
the
group.
Group.
The Duivayas Hiking Club. They're my second family, because wherever we go, we are one. And today they came out in strength to give me the full support, and I want to say a big thank you to them and to all my friends who have been there for me.
Okay, well, a big congratulations to you today on your achievement, and continue doing the great work you've been doing.
I will, some people's persons say that the award will make me do things better, but for me, I will just be as simple as I am and continue the good work that I'm doing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Congrats. Welcome.
Mr.
And
Abraham, we Kyrie FM,
from another
and we just want
recipient.
to ask you a few questions. The first question we want to ask you is, how do you feel at this juncture receiving this award?
Well, I feel very humbled to receive that award. I just want to say thank you, first of all, to God, who has given me the strength and the energy over the years to go through to do what I was doing, both in social work and in cricket umpiring. So I am very humble for that gift. I also want to say thank you to my family, especially my wife, who has been a great support to me. I also want to say thank you to the members of Operation Youthquake, the members of staff who have supported me over the years, because without them we would not have succeeded. So I just want to say thank you to them. I want to say thank you to my friends and my family, to the young man who put up my name for the award. So I want to say thank you to all of them.
I have two more questions. The next question is, did you, in all your work in sports and child care, protection and service, anticipated that you would have gotten an award for this?
Well, to be quite honest with you, I was working not for that end result, but it came and I appreciate it. In the sense that when you're out there working, you work, but you don't look at the end result. So, and the end result basically was I received an award, so I'm very happy about it.
Final question. What do you say to people making a contribution to the nation, whether in official or government practice or in private practice? What do you say to them serving their country?
Well, what I want to say to them, they just have to continue to work. Whether you feel you are doing it for government or you are doing it on a private basis, you have to continue to put your best effort so that you can achieve what you went on to do what you want to do in life.
So thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
And we're here with another recipient. Yes, here with another recipient of a National Day Award today, Mrs. Caesarina Ferrol. And tell us, how do you feel about being an award recipient today?
I'm elated. I am humbled and honored to have received that award. Okay?
You ever thought that this would happen?
Well, I've worked very hard and God does all things well. So I think it is God's doing.
Any advice?
Yes. The advice to the nurses are to continue to strive towards professionalism and excellence, to maintain the standards of nursing, the virtues that Florence Nightingale taught us: compassion, caring, commitment, love, excellence in everything that you do as a nurse.
All right.
Okay? Because whatever you do as a nurse, you do it as unto God.
All right.
To treat people as you want to be treated. The golden rule: do unto others as you like others to do unto you. And to do whatever it takes to maintain the integrity of the nursing service, protect the image of the nursing service. We have very good nurses who are very well trained, and I think if we are each other's keeper, we will promote the nursing service. If every nurse takes on the order, we take care of each other.
And be your brother's keeper.
You are the brother's keeper, your sister's keeper. I think we will take nursing profession to higher levels.
Thank you so much, and congratulations on your achievement today.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so there we have it.
And just before we bring the curtain down on the broadcast, we want to go back to our sponsors at this time.
Oh, of course. Today we were bringing you live coverage of the National Day Parade from the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Kind compliments of Jay's Bookstore and Standards Restaurant. Thank you so much for making today possible so that we could bring it to you at home.
It was a pleasure working with you, Dr. Andrew, and we're going to continue serving the country and do nation building even in this small way as we collaborate with the genuine sound of Dominica, Kyrie FM.
That's correct. Always a pleasure doing it for you and being with you on a National Day Parade. Love being able to bring it to you live as it happened from the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Continue to keep it locked to the genuine sound of Dominica and, of course, your independent station as we continue to give you entertainment and information as it happens. So it was a pleasure again, and until we meet again on another Independence Day, I'm Dr. Rachel Andrew, your favorite father-daughter duo.
Right, and before we actually put it at the switch off, we want to remind all the people in the nation that Community Day of Service is going to be going hot from 6 o'clock in the morning, most likely that they will be starting, and of course it will be carried live by the genuine sound of Dominica, Kyrie FM, the team to be locked on now and forever, forward ever and backward never. And once we have Steve, he will not allow the nation to grieve. Hallelujah.
Okay.
So now it's back to master control at
See
this
you
time.
later, Dominica. Happy Independence.
Happy Independence to all.
James, meet us on the field so that you could collect your daughter.